Oh, I should probably make a video today now, shouldn't I? So you guys know how spring break is coming up, people are going to be traveling everywhere. And well, for my spring break, I'm going out to Florida. And I will be flying there because our music department always sponsors a huge trip for all of us band geeks and vocal nerds and whatever the nickname for orchestra kids are. They always sponsor a trip for us to Florida, like once every 3 or 4 years. And obviously, it's so nice that I'm going to get to go to Florida for my senior year for spring break, spend time with friends and all that. But so this trip is just making me think of a time, the first ever time I've ever been on a plane. Because, for this spring break trip, we'll be flying to Florida Saturday morning. Gotta get up at 3 a.m. It's gonna suck. But it got me thinking about this story of, like I said earlier, the first time I've ever been on a plane. Now, it's not as far back as some of you guys might think. The first time I've ever been on a plane happened this last summer. And I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of a crazy story. So here I am, telling this story. Okay, so I enter this airport and I'm just looking around and I'm like, holy crap, this place is huge, everything, and like out the windows you could like see a bunch of planes and stuff like that, and you get the point. And then all of a sudden, like in my mind, I start thinking, you know what, Brady, you know what you haven't thought about lately? Movies such as Sully, Left Behind, and then just thinking about that just gave me kind of an anxiety attack because, oh man, you already can know if we hit turbulence on this plane, I'm just gonna be like, no, that's it. I can't take it anymore. Jesus, take the wheel and my life. I can't do it. You get the point. So, to try and help myself calm down, I decide, just I put my headphones in, just looked down, started walking wherever I could walk. And so I'm walking through like these rows and like I'm making sure my family's behind me and all that. I guess I'm leading them. And I come up, so like how you have to go through security and stuff? Well, yeah, that's what I started to do. So I started walking and walking and walking, like, through that little maze thing they have you walk through. And then all of a sudden I realize I'm past security already. Like, I have my ID and everything ready. I'm like, how come that security didn't ask me for my ID? It's very, very strange. I'm like, I feel like I should be in trouble or something. There's no way that it was that easy. Maybe they saw it already. I don't know. So I get to the metal detectors and I go through it. And I realized I still have my phone in my pocket and I'm like, shoot, I didn't hear any alarms or anything. So I'm like, okay. So I just kept walking and walking and walking. And at some point I'm like, I probably need to stop for my parents. So I sat down on a bench and just waited. It was a 15-minute wait. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, right? Like, I've been sitting here for 15 minutes, and then a bunch of thoughts started going through, like, Brady, maybe you should go back through security and make sure that you're fine to go on this airplane. And obviously I didn't, because that'd be weird, like, to go up to a security officer and be like, hey, can you double check me? You don't do that. Like, that's just so weird. So my parents finally arrived, and they're like, Brady, how did you get through it so quickly? And I just look up at them, I'm like, I just went through. And my mom mentioned something like, well, geez, it's almost like you just snuck through security. I'm like, I try not to think about that possibility. I'm just like, yeah, for sure. Still have my ticket in hand, all that, and I'm ready to go. So we finally get on the plane, and there's an announcement going around on the intercom saying someone is sneaking through the airport. Please, if you find this person with black hair and black shorts and whatever shirt I was wearing, I think it was like a green shirt, please pin them down at ASAP. And I'm looking down and I'm just like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. And oh man, and then I started to get really worried. I'm like, what if it's me? But then I thought, there's probably thousands of people in this airport. There's no way that it was me. No way. But sorry, I said no way a lot. Ha. Anyways, so my mom looked at me and she's like, that person description the intercom gave sounds a lot like you, Brady. And I'm just like, yeah, let's try not to think about that. And she's like, well, you better be careful, because what if you did try and sneak through security? And I'm just like, I really hope it's not me. So we get onto the plane, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it wasn't me, obviously. There's no way it was me. But then, oh man, this is the scariest part of all. 8 police officers and security guards were all of a sudden showed up on the plane, and they're talking to whoever was running the plane or whatever. They're like, hey, we think the guy is on this plane. And I'm just starting to panic. I'm like, no, please let it not be me. And then they look directly at me. They're like, there he is! And they started to come closer and closer and closer to me. But then everything, right when they come right at me, they're this away from me, everything goes black. Now this is the moment. And then I started to wake up a little bit. And I started to hear these voices. Hey. My mind's confused. Hey. 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 Mom, when are we getting to Chicago? It was my little brother who was screaming out, hey. And I'm I open my eyes. I'm like, what just happened? And then I realized I'm still in the freaking car. I look at my phone and I'm like, it's 1 o'clock. Our flight doesn't leave till 4. This was all a freaking dream. To this day, I still can't believe I had any sort of dream like this. It was just so insane. Sorry guys. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's story time. I get it. It probably wasn't, I'm looking at the clock. It probably wasn't the longest story, but it was a story I've always wanted to tell multiple people, because I think I've only told 4, maybe 5 people ever. Yeah. But anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. There will be more vlogs to come, so be prepared for that. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below, or hit me up on Snapchat like I always tell you guys. But yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye.